Notre Dame 35, Virginia 14. Gonna break this game down. I'm Mike Singer, and joining me on this post-game show is our analyst Tim Hyde. Really weird game from start to finish. We're gonna talk about all of it, but as we always do to start the post-game reaction show, Tim, I'll ask folks to hit the thumbs up on this video. Of course, subscribe to the channel. We'll have tons more coverage over on our website, blueandgold.com. Your initial thoughts on this game, Tim? What'd you think?
Same thing. As I said before, you put the backups in, you give up a freaking touchdown at the end. It happens all the time. But anyway, that was frustrating. This is a game you felt like Notre Dame could have won by 40, and they didn't. So you win by 21. I don't think they covered. What were they, 22 points? Or was it 20?
It was like 22, or it was right around 22. So,
yeah,
it was close.
Yeah, so we'll see. The killer instinct to end the game, you get back-to-back drives down there, and you don't come away with no points, which, by the way, is without Jeter, is all they have is 16 walk-ons. Can they go kickers next year in case one gets hurt and we don't have this issue? Because if Jeter can't kick in the playoffs, who the hell's kicking? Because that's a big thing. We haven't talked much about it because Notre Dame's been scoring 50 points like it's free, and it was a little annoying. So that was just it's 36-yard field goal. The guy did it today on ESPN Game Day, for crying out loud. So it's like, come on, let's kick a damn field goal, Mr. Yoakum. He kicks 80-yard kickoffs, so that was a nice shank. But to me, I get frustrated as hell because Denbrock thinks this is a constant, wide open NFL quarterback. First half, Mike. First freaking half, they attempt over 20 passes. I'm like, run the ball, hammer this thing, let Riley Leonard do some RPOs. It obviously doesn't help when Bo Collins and others can't catch a damn football, so that kills a lot of momentum. So the stats will be skewed from there. I thought the wide receivers were average as sin, which they are, and we've talked about that all season long. But defense was a freaking animal. My players of the game are like 9 defenders. They were just unfreaking believable. Just swarming, attitude, everything. And then offense, what do they have? 5 straight punts or something? Exhausting as hell. So thank God the turnover showed up. The defense played its absolute butt off today. Or Notre Dame scores, 17 maybe? No, not 17, because that means that Yoakum would have to kick a field goal. So that's going to be shocking. So defense scores everything, basically. Right. Offense has a nice couple drives. Love's run is explosive as hell. Now it's 35-14, and you're like, how was this not 56-2? You know what I mean? Like, the athletes on both sides. Now Virginia's got a couple of good dudes. Don't get me wrong. They got some guys, but the amount of athletes Notre Dame has compared to Virginia, it was like JV football. So final score is a little frustrating.
Andrew and John, appreciate the super chats, guys. I want to say, for folks watching this back on YouTube or listen to the podcast, you should know this by now, but I hit go live within 30 seconds of the game ending. So Tim's raw reaction here is very raw. Like this, there's
no prep.
Right? So this is not something where, Tim has had a lot of time to reflect, because personally, I don't care that they won by 21 and not 40. I'm okay with it. You get the scrub scoring late. That's much lower.
That's the coaching.
I get it. Right. That's what made you such a great coach, Tim. Saban's over there up 40 in the national championship game. He's yelling at the refs. I get that. Right. But I think there's a lot of good to talk about. There's a lot of it's some of what we see fool's gold with this football team. And we're going to talk about that. But let's go through some stats first, Tim. Riley Leonard, 22 of 33. I want to pull up let me do this real quick. His statistics by game. Okay. That
Yeah.
is the most he's thrown in a game. He threw 30 times against A&M, 32 times against NIU, 33 times today, which I thought was interesting. 214 yards.
Yeah,
That's his second highest at Notre Dame. Excuse me, third highest. He threw for 215 last week and then 229 against Stanford. 3 touchdowns. Had the pick, which was bad. The receivers, I think
they are who they are. They are who they are. I mean,
well, we've been talking about all season. I think
2 years, 3 years.
one, and then Bo Collins dropped the one that was.
He looked like he had multiples out there, 2 to 3. Maybe they didn't chart one as a drop.
Yeah, one was a hold. There was the one early that was like
one-on-one. He could have made it was just frustrating.
Yeah,
it was frustrating. There was some one-on-one moments for some wide receivers that didn't make it. I mean, I know what you're saying, like, oh, they won by 21. Hey, Stanford just tied freaking Louisville, for crying out loud. So Louisville better win that game, or that don't look good on Notre Dame's resume with a 4-loss Louisville. So how about that? I just saw that. Stanford.
Yeah.
That's going to OT. No, you want to smash these teams. You want to legitimately smash these teams. And Notre Dame just they putzed around a little bit. Virginia's average is in, and they had 300 total yards. That blows my mind. I just saw the stats you posted. So, I mean, it looked like they didn't get a yard for days out there. They ended with 300. That's wacky. I mean, they had 270-something yard drives, but
yeah,
But
the coach in you says, win the game.
Sure,
win the game. And was this game ever a doubt? It wasn't. You felt comfortable the entire time. Even when it was like, 7-0. Yeah, because of the defense. 100%. It's like, that Notre Dame's going to turn it on. They had, 3 or 4 straight drives. And R. Mendoza, appreciate the super chat as always. 4 straight drives of punts. And it's like 3 and outs. It's like, they're going to turn it around. This has been Notre Dame against these average teams all season long. Which I think a theme and talking about Notre Dame this weekend and this show and then tomorrow with Goolsby, tomorrow night with Goolsby is just like I mentioned a minute ago, Tim, the fool's gold. Can you do this in December? I don't know.
That's what. Hey, I'm watching this game. Great point. I'm watching this game. First off, right? I mean, I love Riley Leonard, and he drives me freaking nuts.
Of course.
It's like, I mean, he is just a roller coaster. He's so nonchalant. And it's just me watching him. He's like, let me just throw the ball up. Raridan's running wide open across the middle. Let me throw it 12 yards out of bounds to Evans. It's just a couple. Sometimes, the way he just handles the ball sometimes is just ridiculous. So I'm watching the game. Especially you get the second quarter, and all I'm thinking about is, all right, you're going to host Alabama. If Georgia wins today, they may jump to the 9 seed, and you host them in the 8-9 game. You know what I mean? Like, you start watching these things. I mean, I said it on our show Tuesday. If Notre Dame's going to win a playoff game, it's going to be 23-20. So it's going to be a nail biter till the last second. They're not explosive enough at the wide receiver position to go beat someone by 2 touchdowns. I don't think so. That's just my humble opinion. So, and then Denbrock, I've talked about this 1,000 times, man. That for people out there, and this has been a thing all year long, who thinks Freeman dictates the Denver. I haven't said nothing much about that this year. Is absolute asinine comments. Denbrock does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Exactly. But there's always been this narrative that Denbrock's holding or Freeman holds Denbrock back. Hell no.
And that's not, I've never said that. Freeman, going back to Reese, has been, and Parker, you are the head coach of the offense. That's how it is. You're the head coach of the offense, pretty much.
Yeah, and Denbrock pretty much thinks it's a 7-on-7 tournament. And it's like, dude, I don't know, to me, how in the hell can you not say every time Love gets the ball, he's the most exciting guy in college? I mean,
even Price.
Oh,
Price's hit rate of carries, his ratio of like carries to 50, making them 15+ yard gains has got to be very high. He busts 1 or 2 every single game.
I'm a big fan of, the old term body blows, which Harbaugh made famous when he was building Stanford up. Stanford was dog crap, and he just says, we're just going to hammer people. See, Stanford beat Louisville. Are you kidding me? There goes your resume, ND. Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make an impact.
No, but they won't be ranked. So Notre Dame will have one ranked team. Texas is good. Texas, I truly believe.
I just have a hard time. The committee's going to make a decision based on Stanford versus Louisville. I don't know.
No, but I'm just saying the grand scheme. When you have that final poll, Mike, and Notre Dame's 11-1. Let's just say, let's just say they win the next two. They're 11-1. Your only ranked win is A&M.
Yeah.
Everyone
Swan Dong, thank you for the super chat. Go ahead, Tim.
So that that's just what I'm saying. That's why Louisville is so important. And Louisville's been playing great football, and they just lost to Stanford. So
I don't know. There's so many ways to look at this. I will go back to 2 months ago saying, if I would have told you after the NIU game that you're going to make the playoff, would you take it? Just to sneak in at the 12, you would take it.
Of course, because you're in. That's the whole point.
Just got to get in at that point.
You just got to get in. But as I was saying, the body blows, their drives, they open the third quarter, they go 3 for 3 on runs, run efficiency. Interception by Riley, 3 for 3, the 76-yard run by Love, 1 for 1. Then they go 6 for 8 and 5 for 7. They are hammering the rock in the second half, and then they just go pass happy at times. That's all I'm saying. I just wanted a physical, dominating football game. What that guy say on the thing? Unless you win by 40, no, it's not a loss. It's just frustrating when
if you're looking at it.
That's me. I'm coming on this show. I wanted more.
You want to hey, if you're looking at this through a championship lens,
and I'm watching this game. Is Riley Leonard with his performance today going to go beat Alabama in the 8-9 game? That's what I'm saying. That's all.
Yeah, I get it. Look, there's different ways to look at this game. It's a very weird game from start.
And if your goal is to win a national championship, that's the whole point. Go out there and smother teams. So, hey, Virginia played their butts off. Virginia played hard as could be all game long. No doubt about it. It was just let's be honest. It was a roller coaster with offense. How can anyone watch that game today and say, "Oh, the offense was it was a roller coaster"?
Yeah,
it was a roller coaster.
Yeah, Dave, appreciate the super chat. It's just fool's gold is where I'm going to keep. Can Notre Dame do this against a Bama or an Ole Miss or a Tennessee, whoever they could get in that round one game? No. Listen, if you're going to tell me you can have a quarterback who can run, or a quarterback who can just throw. Okay, let me rephrase that. Okay. Would you rather have a quarterback who can run or a quarterback who can't run? Of course, you would want your quarterback to be able to move. Yeah, no crap. But this passing attack, that's what a quarterback has to be able to throw first and foremost. And it's getting by the Georgia Techs and the Stanfords and the Virginias of the world just fine.
Those are average teams.
But I'm nervous, and it's not just on Leonard. This is not just a knock on Leonard. Bo's dropping passes. Faison dropped the pass. I mean, the Bo drop one got called back to the holding anyways. But Bo's got Bo early in the season, all right, you finally feel like you got a number one receiver in this off. But now, he has just been. Today 1 for 16. He's just been missing Chris Mitchell. Every week it's a new receiver out there that's your guy. Today we're going to be talking about Jaden Harrison. It seems like Mitchell Evans has his mojo back. That's good. But this passing attack, it's just bad. So you get a team in the playoff who can crowd the box. Okay, let me say this. A team that can do to Notre Dame what Notre Dame does to Virginia and Georgia Tech, right? Crowd the box, get after the quarterback, and leave your DBs on an island. If teams do that to Notre Dame, can they do much? Right? Yeah. If they spy Riley Leonard all game long, can Riley Leonard in this passing attack push the ball downfield and make things happen in the offense, or move the ball down the field through the air? I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about that. But you feel great about the defense, the special teams. Except for the kicking game, we need to get Mitch Sheeter back. I don't know what the heck's going on with that, but I'm nervous but there's nothing. I know I'm rambling, Tim, but there's nothing really that happened today that's like a new revelation. It's just kind of more of the same. Someone on the message board, Tim, said, I want Riley Leonard to play a little bit more so he can get more reps, and I'm like,
more reps
or to figure things out. I'm like, that's practice, right? Like there's nothing really that can happen in the games. There's some epiphany out there that they need to work on. They're going to do live in the third quarter. It just kind of is what it is. Mitch Evans coming back is a positive, right? He looks like himself again, but otherwise, yeah, nervous.
No, and I totally, and I've said, I mean, Notre Dame can win a playoff game. They totally can. It's going to be a nail-biting gut wrencher. It just is. So I know Notre Dame fans and the media, Notre Dame's won the last, 7 games, whatever it is, like 306-14, whatever, right? But now you're right, Mike. They played absolutely. I mean, who's the best team they played in that stretch? Georgia Tech without their starting quarterback. I mean, Navy. The Navy even scored today against Tulane. So I saw that at one time. It was 21-0. I don't even know what the final was. So we got to be honest. Like, it hasn't been the big juggernaut, right? It just hasn't. So yeah, when Notre Dame won a title in '88, it was not the great passer, and we won. Sure, and he ran like crazy, and he had Rocket Ismail who could catch a 50-yard pass anytime, and you can hand off to Ricky Waters, who's obviously like Jeremiah Love. We could say that. So right. Sure, I get all that stuff. So I don't know what his point is, but I don't know if we have a Rocket Ismail who could go the distance on any given pass. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Notre Dame is a damn good football team. I've been saying that forever. This is not a trash team whatsoever. It is a damn good football team. It is going to be a slugfest in the playoffs. Obviously, you got to win the next 2 games. So, which I truly believe they will do that. They are a good team. They are better than Army. So they will figure it out. And then SC, I know they were up. I saw their quarterback had 3 touchdowns at like halftime. He's a damn good athlete, the UNLV transfer. So I don't know what the final was. I haven't checked. But yeah, I mean, it's Notre Dame
28-20.
28-20.
Nebraska's got the ball.
I mean, Notre Dame should go in there and handle business against those guys. They should, and this thing should be 11-1. They should be hosting the damn playoff game. I've been saying it's going to be 8-9. That's just what I truly believe, because I think something's going to happen to where an SEC team is going to jump into that top 7. You know what I mean? There's going to be a champ and there's going to be a 7 hosting. That's just what I believe. That's why I truly believe they're going to be at that 8-9 game. And it's going to be a battle. Riley Leonard's going to have to make decisions. They're going to have to run the ball, and defense keep doing what the hell it's doing, which has been outstanding all season long.
Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. At Bloom Gold, we'll shoot you straight. Like we don't just do, oh, Notre Dame loses, sky's falling, Notre Dame wins, let's throw a party. We'll shoot you straight here at Blue and Gold. So, Craig, appreciate the super chat, by the way, and I love your Dolphins profile picture, my friend. Let's see, Tim. It's time to talk about Roback, my friend. Okay. Sponsoring our post-game show as always. And the best way to describe Roback is best fit, best feel. If you're not familiar with Roback, time to change that. Roback is completely changing the game with their incredibly comfortable activewear. Roback has a licensed game day collection that's incredible with novel polo designs and clean hoodie and quarter zip designs for some of the top schools out there. Of course, Notre Dame, it's definitely worth checking out. Nobody else on the market is pairing these level of custom designs with this quality of activewear. And Roback's everyday shorts are the perfect pairing. Very comfortable, elastic waistband, and great fabric that is meant to have the appearance of a nice short and the comforts of an athletic short. And Roback has been proudly leading the NIL charge, big supporters of some Notre Dame student athletes, past stars like Audric Estime, Kyle Hamilton, Michael Mayer, and current athletes Riley Leonard and Ben Morrison, among other big-time college football players that Roback has partnered with. It is the go-to brand for college athletes. Use the promo code BLUEGOLD20 on Roback for a generous 20% off for all new customers. RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all performance polos, shorts, and more with code BLUEGOLD20. Love our rowback. Tim, in our Friday preview video, was rocking his. I'm always wearing mine on the show. So we love our rowback and appreciate them for sponsoring the show. You want to dive into the nitty-gritty of this game, Tim?
Just a quick defense. Let me just talk for a few. Just Heinrich was a mess. 41 was freaking everywhere.
Sorry, Tim, you said Heinrich was what?
A man possessed today. He was a stud. So he was a blast. That dude got his shot today and just went nuts. So he was unbelievable. To me, I don't know what the final stats were, but holy cow, Jack Kaiser came into this senior day and just left it all on the field. I saw 24 all over the place. So
just three tackles, had that sack late and the pass breakup. But yeah, that sack was sick.
Well, yeah, he got chopped and then came back, got cut, came back, finished it. But I saw 24 was on he felt like he was in on 10 assists today. He was all over the place. So he was a blast to watch, run around. Obviously, the interceptions were great. Leonard Moore's tip, Schuler. It's like, damn, touchdown, man. He's 2 inches short, right? And then Watts had a pass breakup, fumble recovery, interception, a couple solo. Watts he's a stud. He's going to be unanimous All-American again this year like he was last year. He's better this year than he was last year. He's a semifinalist. I hope he wins the Thorpe Award. Notre Dame's never won that damn thing, and I hope he wins it. They've been robbed a couple, so I really hope he takes that. And he's obviously up for a bunch of Defensive Player of the Year awards. So those guys, to me, Riley Mills had a lot of pressures, but Heinrich, holy hell, did that guy he played his butt off. So I just want to give him a big kudos today.
You remember when Notre Dame got his commitment? I think you were working with us at that point. It was so oh man, they're just taking him because he's Kurt Heinrich's brother. And maybe they don't. If he has a different last name, they don't go get him. But that definitely opened the door for that connection. And Notre Dame was happy to get him. He I don't know. He's just is he a sophomore, junior?
Redshirt soft, right? So junior. He was part of the.
Is he going to be better than Kurt?
Kurt was a tank, so he's got to put a few more pounds on. But he was good. He was unbelievable today. So, but he's been like that all year. His get off is a lot like Howard Cross's, just boom, legit in the gap. So he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun to watch. He really gets after it. So I thought the whole D line played good. Obviously, Burnham to Yamaka was efficient. Oben made a couple plays. I charted run stuffs, man. The first half, I have so many damn run stuffs. It's like Bryce Young at TFL. Gray had one. Moore had one on a pass. Oben Kaiser, Burnham Heinrich a TFL. It's just on and on and on. KVA and Sneed on a stuff on a third down. Obviously, there's another Oben. Osbury, I know, had 2 great run stuffs today.
Did you say Oben?
Oben was in a couple plays. Number 9 was on a.
He had half a TFL combined with Burnham. How about that?
Yeah, Burnham. KVA Clark on a stuff on a 1st and 10. Some of those dudes, man, it was tight end shovel run stuff. Oben on a shovel pass. So that was nice. That was by far and away his best game. So the defense was lights out, man. They were just like, those dudes were hungry as could be. So they're a lot of fun to watch.
Okay. Some topics I want to discuss. Chris Tyree.
Oh, boy.
Not a good return to Notre Dame Stadium for him. 1 catch for 3 yards on 6 targets.
Yeah.
And then muffs the opening kickoff.
That felt like Cincinnati 2021 again when he did that against Cincy. Gave Cincinnati an easy 10-yard touchdown drive. Flashback there.
I love the chat right now. This is back-to-back comments. Bama would beat Notre Dame. Bama would not beat Notre Dame. Okay.
Well, I said 23-20. That game's going to be 23-20 if they're playing. It's going to be a war.
So, yeah, Tyree, that right there, you spot Notre Dame 7 points in Notre Dame Stadium, and you're Virginia. Game's not over, but game's kind of, you felt very comfortable, even when Notre Dame had their 4 straight 3-and-outs. You know they're going to figure it out, and you just can't spot Notre Dame 7 points. That was way too easy for the Irish.
No, you're right. It was
yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. On those 4 punts, as I'm writing notes down in that, I'm like, oh, I can't do this against Army. Can't do this against Army.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I started thinking about, because it's like, man, you're right at the end. You're right at the end. They had a great feature today on College Game Day with Freeman and talking about NIU, talking about how these guys have been rallying. And, man, they spent 5-6 minutes, the whole panel, talking about Notre Dame, loving them up and all that. So, I mean, just, they talked about their schedule and everything, and they said, hell, 11-1, they deserve it. They've been rallying, all those things. And Saban or someone said, yeah, NIU lost. If they're in the playoffs, that means they've won 10 in a row. That's a massive accomplishment. But obviously you lose to Army or SC, you're out. And, we've said that since NIU.
Yeah.
2-loss team, you're done with. So just handle business. Handle business, man. Let's get on to Army. Yankee Stadium.
Jimmy Page, Fuel our Super Chat, he says, playing Riley Leonard and Lovely scares me. Don't get it. It's one of those things, like people on the message board were talking, take the starters out to start the second half. And I was like, no, you can't do that, because what if, small chance, but what if Virginia comes back and you've pulled your starters, and you got to put them back in? I mean, that is like coaching malpractice.
God, yeah.
But I mean, but then, what if Leonard were to get hurt? It's like, man, this is football. Like, yeah, there's a time in, like, I personally thought they kept the starters in a drive, like too many. But
I think
I'll
say on that point, hell no, because Freeman wanted blood. You can see his reactions today, the way he coached, the way he set things up. Obviously, they had the fake punt. He was livid, those 2 back-to-back drives inside the 10-yard line. You don't get any points. That's just like, what the hell? So he was frustrated because he wanted that ass kicking. He wanted that prime time. Notre Dame wins, 42-7, and all they show is Jeremiah Love going 76 yards. That's all, and they're still going to show it, but he really wanted it. And you can see that with his emotion today. I felt like, let's go for the juggler guys. Let's go demolish these guys. So, and you felt like that as soon as they came out of the third quarter, right? That crowd, the second half, was like, it felt like a 1 versus 2 game. Those guys were into it. It was loud as hell. The atmosphere was great. So, and I think the crowd felt it as well. Like, come on, let's go kick these dudes' ass.
Everyone in the chat talking about Bama as if the game got scheduled. Notre Dame's playing Bama. You guys are cracking me up.
Hell, it may be LSU Bama in the SEC title, Mike. So that was a scenario coming in today. If everyone LSU, who do they play today?
No, LSU just lost to Florida.
Are you?
No, I'm not shitting you. No, they lost to Florida.
What?
Dude, Florida is like the best 5-5 team ever, I swear.
People want that coach fired. That dude has coached his behind off with 1,000 injuries.
I know.
And that.
It's Florida, and I mean, they had bad seasons before, but
he beat LSU, really?
Yeah, it was their schedule's like Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Georgia. Good God.
Oh my God. So
all right, I want to play this real quick. This was
hold on, that's 4 losses for Kelly?
Yeah.
That's 4 freaking losses. Unreal.
All right, so this is Goolsby tweeted this out. This was after the special teams phase-on thing, which that was incredible. Listen to our boy Goolsby.
I love this new version of Marcus Freeman on the sidelines. We all love it. Give him hell, Marcus. That's right.
Now,
love that.
BK to the XFL. Oh God. Now I will say something on that as someone who is obviously had to make decisions, talks to refs and stuff like that. The ref guy, talking to Garrett and the guys, outstanding breakdown on why it was a flag. The coach in me is saying, Freeman, how did you not alert the refs? Or because they always have pregame meetings and they always ask about certain things.
Sure.
And that's another thing that, great play, great setup, touchdown, all that thing. Totally understand the penalty. So which goes to me like, how the hell did Biaggi and whoever, because that's a funky fumble-rooski. How did they not know the rule? You can't have all these 90s and 20s playing offensive guard and Kaiser's under center. You know what I mean? So had it been back, direct snap, hand off, like a jet sweep type action, perfectly legal. So I totally see you saying Marcus Freeman alerted them. Well, he may have alerted them, but the offensive lineman cannot be the numbers that they were.
Yeah, maybe.
So I totally understand the penalty.
Maybe Freeman was so pissed because he was like, "You told me that what I did was okay, and now you're, I don't know, but
no, I totally agree. So if
point stands, that was awesome. That was awesome.
It was a great run, great cutback by Faison. So,
and I'm loving this Freeman as well.
But he's been like this
since NIU, I don't care about winning press conferences. He's just an angry guy now, like in a good way. I don't know. I'm liking it.
No, I mean, that goes back to the energy of why he didn't want to win 35-14. He wanted to smash those guys. And I think he's going to celebrate the win. I'm sure Horka's tweeted his press conference, but I know inside when he goes and meets with the coaches, he's going to be pissed because he's like, we got to destroy people. It's just a mindset. You know what I mean? You just got to keep getting that mindset going. So I loved his energy, all those things. And he's shown that a lot this year. So it's year 3. He knows it. He probably feels it's probably a little pressure as well. But I think it's also the expectations he has on himself and this program as a first-time head coach, if that makes any sense. Like, he knows it. And we talked about this when he got hired, Mike. Like, he's played at the highest of high levels with Ohio State. So he knows what it's like to get to that stage. And he's busting his butt to get to that stage.
I got to show this real quick.
What do you got?
Florida tweeted, please don't damage our tables, coach, with a video of Brian Kelly slamming the table.
No, that is the official Florida. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. God. That is troll level 1000.
There's been some great, by the way, Twitter accounts of teams posting things this year. The NFL, by the way, they go after it. Some of their Twitter accounts in the NFL are brutal the way they attack people with things. That's got to be a top 3, right? That's got to be on the Mount Rushmore, Mike, of coaching trolls after an upset win.
So I want to talk about the receivers. I feel like we're seeing a trend of more Jaden Harrison. I would need to go to the PFF and look at his snap counts. I will.
Just pause you there. Well, we saw him today because of Greathouse injury. Greathouse was in a lot, and then he got hurt. But
did he come back? Is he okay?
I mean, he just had that shoulder. I don't remember seeing him back out there. Harrison is explosive as heck. So
he looks great.
Well, he's very explosive. Very, very explosive. A Greathouse, probably a better route runner, all that good trash. That's why that's why he plays. Harrison, get the ball in his hands, he's explosive. So I could see if Greathouse has a bad shoulder, excuse me, I have the hiccups there. Dude, Harrison does some things where you could design little slot plays to him much more than you can Greathouse. So that's I want to use the word positive if Greathouse is hurt, but you know what I'm saying. When
he needs. I feel like
you could create plays for that young man.
More Harrison, more Faison.
Yes.
Maybe less Chris Mitchell.
But what do they have, Mike? What is the Tim Hyde? What do I love more than anything? A little wiggle, right? That's what I love. Get the ball, a little shake. And those dudes got some shake, man.
Yeah.
And the other guys don't. They catch it and get tackled or drop it.
So here's his snap counts, Jaden Harrison. 9 against A&M, 10 versus Northern Illinois, 20 against Miami, 20 against Purdue, 24 against Miami, Ohio, right? You're playing late. 10 against Louisville, 6 against Stanford. So not much, except for the 2 blowout wins. 20 against Georgia Tech, 17 against Navy, 15 against Florida State, and I don't know what it is tonight, but it felt like it was one above 20. So it seems like he's getting more snaps, and he's playing well. So I just kind of wonder if you're Mike Brown, the receivers coach, and just thinking, is that a regret not playing Jaden Harrison more? Because he looks great. He does have wiggle. He looks like his like playing style, just his body type kind of gives you some Tyreek Hill vibes. I'm not saying he's Tyreek Hill. Shut up, Karen. I'm just saying like the way he moves and does some things. Like, I'm a Dolphins fan. I watch Tyreek Hill every week. And that, like, I just kind of see like the style being similar. So I do wonder if that is a guy like, man, this guy is legit. It does seem that they have a lot of slot guys, right? A lot of these, Faison, Harrison, they're a little smaller. Just need Bo Collins to get his crap together because you need an outside receiver. But I do like Harrison. I think Harrison looks great.
Yeah, no, I mean he does. He has shown that when he has played the slot and they've hit him on some quick passes and all that. Him and Faison are the little screen guys, man. You get them on the screens, they could wiggle their way through little things, and that's the things I've been screaming about. I feel like off the roof since you and I have met. Like, we need those guys. Colsey, Collins, Thomas. Yeah, you guys are great. You're going to catch the 10-yard stop routes and get tackled. Okay, great. We'll move the chains. But Goolsby's talked about this. He and I chat about this all the time. Like, can we ever just have a dude just go catch a big pass? We did. It got called back because a freaking Pat Coogan hits the guy in the face on the Harrison 70-some-odd yard touchdown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my God, it can happen. So, but on the outside, that's the thing. And you said it earlier. When you go play, and what have I said for the last month? Notre Dame's going to play the third SEC team. That's just my prediction. 8-9, that committee's going to match up Notre Dame and the SEC. They just are. So it's going to be Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss. We know what they're going to do. They're going to play press outside, and that's where maybe Faison, Harrison, Mitch Evans, they're going to have to win that middle game.
Got to.
And those teams have great D-line, so they're going to have to manage what they can with the run game and some protection.
I hope I'm not sounding like a glass half empty negative Nancy today, but the three receivers you just mentioned, Marshall transfer, a walk-on lacrosse guy, and a tight end.
The tight end. But come on. When Goolsby and I have done our grades the last 2 years, we've been way too nice. And we've even said that. We're like, even this year, I think I did B- because I was like, I don't want hate mail. Originally, it was a C+, and that's just my opinion. I watch a lot of football. I think they're C+ guys. They just are. So I don't think people are going to be, Thomas and Colsey, Collins, those guys aren't coming back. All right, we're going to be okay. So you're right, Mike. The guys with the wiggles, a Marshall kickoff returner who didn't even play wide receiver at Marshall. He never got on the field. He was a kickoff returner. And Faison's, working with the stick and the flipping the wrist, catching the ball and running around lacrosse in high school. So those are the guys that got the little shimmy. And Evans was a freaking quarterback in high school for crying out loud.
And a punter. He was like an all-conference punter. By the way, I have our preseason position grades up on the screen. So, yeah, this is fun.
Oh, yeah. So it is what it is. B+ at safeties. Holy hell, Hyde. Man.
Well, we didn't know Schuler was going to be this good, dude.
That was the key. I mean, we all said A with Watts. Seriously, Schuler, man, he's been a joy to watch.
I mean,
how about Hurd? Even number 2 today was knocking the hell out of people. Had a really nice pass breakup. So
yeah, played well.
That position's been outstanding. Clark has been. I mean, you and I have talked about 1,000 times. He could easily be the defensive MVP. Watts could be your team MVP. You can make a case that Clark is the D MVP. So he's been nails at slot.
So you're giving Jordan Clark the defensive MVP, but you want Watts to win the Thorpe?
Well, you can't. When you do team awards, Mike, you don't give one guy 6 awards, all right? You got to spread it out. You got to keep the love, man. That's why you got to get.
So Watts is team MVP, yes. Leonard O MVP, Clark D MVP.
That's why you got to do. Yeah, man.
All right, I like it.
It's all about alumni donations when they're alums, man. Clark's like, man, Watts got 6 awards. I didn't get any. I'm not donating. It's all about.
Man.
It's all about that down the road, man. That's why. Hold on. That's why they hand out like 18 awards at the Echoes, right? Everyone gets an Echo.
You get an Echo. You get an Echo. Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to our channel for more content. BlueandGold.com is your home for all things Notre Dame football and recruiting coverage. What about the O-line, Tim? Rough start for Pat Coogan. Did it get much better? It seemed like, man, the O-line, I mean,
Just penalties.
Yeah, just penalty. I mean, Notre Dame put up 234 rushing yards.
It was penalties. But once again, as I said earlier, me and Mike Goolsby were texting today and during the game. It's a rhythm. That's, to me, those guys. There's no rhythm for Love and Price. You cannot say that in the first half. Those guys are in a rhythm. They only touched the ball a couple times in the first half, so it's hard to get that. Yet they were like, what did I chart? 56% run efficiency. So they were above average on the in the run game, and then they were like freaking 70 something in the second half because that was the body blows just kept wearing them down. But some of the runs today were just mauled people. Absolutely ass kicking blocks. And then it's frustrating, because I love the O-line, obviously. Leonard drove me nuts in the first half because he stepped into pressure sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, dude, do you not see the protection? And then when he does get protection, he sits back there and he doesn't get the happy feet, man. He threw a couple darts today that were beautiful. So those are the things when you see those, like, come on, Riley, keep doing that, right? And let's go win. Let's go win that first round game. Let's go play Oregon, Ohio State in the Rose Bowl in the quarters or the semis. See, I got this thing all pegged out, Mike. I'm ready to roll.
All right, Tim, if I had to say of the skill players, right, so everyone who's not an offensive lineman,
sure,
who are the two guys that every single week you're like, those two guys played well? Like those two guys brought it every single week. Two.
Outside of the one fumble from Price, it's been those two all year long, man.
Okay, completely agree, right?
Price and
We're
Love.
gonna talk about Love. It's Price and Love.
Yeah.
16 carries for Love, 6 for Price today. Let me pull up.
Yeah, Williams played a ton in the second half. How many did he get? He must have.
I don't have the snap counts yet, but
but I mean, he must have had like 10 touches between carries and a couple catches.
Let's see.
It's
Aeneas, 7 carries. So Aeneas had one more carry than Price. Aeneas had 3 receptions.
Yeah.
That's 10 touches to Price's 6. And I love Aeneas, but Price, let's see, has gone over double-digit carries once. And that was in a 42 point win against Stanford.
Wow. Yeah. No, he rotates. They keep him fresh. Leonard.
He's fresh. He's got 67 carries in 10 games.
Oh, he's ultimately fresh. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, which is interesting because I actually just spent the other day, I was charting, times Notre Dame's had 3 guys with 100 carries. I was like, oh, man, Notre Dame may hit that this year. Kind of like what they did in 22, with Tyree, Diggs, and Estime and Freeman's first year. And then I was like, nope, Price is not getting 100 carries. Obviously Riley, Leonard, and Love will. Yeah.
He's got
Price is down there.
7 yards per carry to Blue Riders DG's comment. This comment, are they resting them or is he trying to get are we talking about, if you're talking about Price, bro?
Oh, there's film on Price.
There's film on him. I don't know. Resting him. He's rested. He's got 67 carries.
They rotate. This goes back to this whole, they're not a ground and pound football team.
No,
right?
They're not.
And I have mentioned this in the first month, Mike, when you and I and everyone thought Notre Dame ran too much. I'm like, they're early in the season, they're 55%. So they passing. Even today at halftime, they called way more pass plays than run plays today because it was just Denbrock gets in this rhythm. He wants to dink and dunk and throw it and run, which is fine. But when you're dropping passes and throwing incompletes, it just kills
20 pass attempts for Leonard at halftime, 8 rushes by Love, 2 by Price.
Yeah. And then Riley had a couple scrambles, so you could
even more.
23 called pass plays. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So take out a couple of those, and you see the balance they had. I think that goes back to Freeman probably just, or Denbrock's like, let's go attack these guys, and try and get up early, which they did try. They did. Once they got the mojo, But those two guys, we could talk about it till we're blue in the face how electric they are.
Yeah. All right, let's keep talking about how electric they are, Tim. 10 straight games for Jeremiah Love with a touchdown, and this was the opening one.
Look at that.
Great vision. Great cut.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
block by Bo.
Well, this is a great, yeah, it starts right there. You get Wagner with the nice seal, good little kick
Raritan.
out. Yeah, Raritan. Boom, look at that nice little block right down there. And that's just love. Nice little cut back or cut out, excuse me. Play that one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, play that one more. The end zone ones are, look at that. Look at that nice little seal in there. I like it.
Yeah. Yep. Good stuff. And then a little, was this the fumble?
Oh,
I'm
this
not
is,
gonna lie. I thought that right there, this hit, I thought that was going to be targeting. When I first saw it, I saw helmet lead. I thought it was going to be targeting, but hey, they didn't review it. No harm, no foul.
No, I hear you.
Notre Dame defense comes up with a nice turnover here.
Yeah, he hit that ball right on the his helmet right on the ball there. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Nice little 15-yard run. They gave up a few chunks here and there, but rallied.
All right, tell me about this play here, Tim. This was the touchdown. Little bunch there.
See, look at the cut by Harrison.
Out and in. Yeah, he looks good. So Harrison coming in motion right here.
That looks like Mark with glasses covering him. See him fall right there? I kid because I'm sure Mark's in the chat, so I'm kidding him.
Of course he is. Yeah, man coverage there. That's great. Nice little ball skills, it just looks like a receiver.
Those are the little things that you could set up with Harrison because he's got that wiggle, man. He's nice.
This was really good like focus on Leonard here, right?
Yes.
He looks down at Bo first.
Nice
pass back to his right. I think he looked Collins. And then comes to look really quick. Maybe he didn't look. I'm sorry, Mitchell. He may not have, but that was good. It was a good read by him.
Yeah, Spindler and Wagner get hip to hip. So in case anyone has to get passed off there, they do a hell of a job there. It's you can tell how it's a nice full slide. I can't cover. Love it.
The Notre Dame defense today, 3 interceptions, and really like this one, Tim, by Adon Schuler. Had a nice game, man. Adon Schuler just keeps making plays.
Seriously, he is.
You read this one well.
We've talked about him so much. He is just, he sat there. He was just the robber on that side. That's his position. Notre Dame gets a lot of picks on this. That backside safety just looking for those deep square ends. And
I think Watts had one too.
Yeah. Schuler Watts had like 5 picks like last year jumping. He had the big one against Riley in the Duke game last year on that square end. So that's been a staple of Golden's D in certain things with some of those safeties, and he's been outstanding. Schuler, I'm seriously, man, he's the surprise of the year, I guess. We'll talk about those down the road. Like, who is the surprise? Schuler's got to be in the top 2 or 3, right? When you look at overall guys that have just played their tails off this year, we did not expect. Not that we didn't expect him to be a guy, but this much as a redshirt freshman, outstanding football. I call redshirt. Did he probably play? Did he play more than 4 last year? I'm not sure.
Who are you talking about? Sorry,
no, it's fine. Adon Schuler. Just, I mean, he's been a massive surprise. Wouldn't you say that? Like, he looks like a guy who's been playing back there for 3 years.
He played in 5 games.
Okay, so he did burn his red shirt last year. Gotcha.
Unless one of those is a
that's the bowl game. That's the bowl game, Oregon State. So he did a red shirt. So he's a red shirt.
Played against Tennessee State, Pitt, Wake, and then the old Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. So you got him for this year and 3 more, man, if he stays that long.
Yeah, that's he's not playing a 5th year, but no, hell no, man. He's gonna, unless he wants a 3rd Masters or something. But
how about this one? Everyone thought, all right, here comes. It's either Leonard. Awesome. It's either Leonard or Love.
This is right after Schuler's touchdown, though. First play, exactly. They're going to go down there, quarterback power, then dump. Look at that. Everyone's going. It's sellout. This is a great call because you get the momentum. They try and go down there and hammer. They blitz 11 guys, basically, right? They're sending everyone. Nice little dump pass.
How many touchdowns did Tim Tebow throw on that same play right there, right? Tim Tebow just kind of jumped and made it look a little extra, but
yeah, exactly. No, that was nice.
And then last one I wanted to highlight, Mr. Hyde, was Jeremiah Love just being faster than everyone.
All right. God, where's my notes? Hold on, 5 seconds here.
Ooh, just that little jump cut.
Oh, here it is right here. So, we don't have the end zone copy, but here, I'm going to go right down. You just keep playing this thing every 3 seconds. It all starts with Cooper Flanagan just fans out the D end, so you get an instant hole right inside of him. Great double team right here with Wagner and the Rockometer. Wagner, see him doubling right there, and he gets this scoop and just washes him out. Great double team. This is perfect. Double team to 3 right after that first called Mike, and Wagner, when you see the end zone shot, just washes him out. Coogan pins his nose, meaning opposite the hole. Just great job by Coogan right here. Look at him step. And it's a true inside zone. This is not duo. This is true inside zone to the tight end. See how everyone's scooping to the left, or excuse me, to our right, the other right, Tim. Everyone's scooping to the right. Billy scoops up, and then the block rewind this thing. Watch Knapp just pancakes this dude. Just boom. Pancakes his ass.
We bring the boom.
Oh, he's
That's what we do.
But you get the double team scoop, the beautiful fan out by Cooper. And then what do I say all the time, Mike? Becomes a one-on-one football play. And that free safety came down. Boom. He looked like the Purdue safety. And Love was just off to the races. Beautiful blocking. So when people say, oh, the run, this is one of the comments this week, right? Oh, the running backs, they get all the yards. Yeah. Look at that little crease, and it's a one-on-one football play. 76 yards, man. That was a hell of a run. Him, Price, those dudes have had some electric football plays.
I'm just looking back to my notes. I jotted down this. The first half was one of the most weird halves of football I've ever seen. Penalties calling back big plays, wild turnovers, like those ball don't lie scenarios where it's like, oh man, this penalty, just like, what was that? And then like Notre Dame gets the ball right back. And I jotted down the first half has been the most Notre Dame first half of the season. Like the first half of that game, not going to lie, personally, second half, I kind of checked out. I was like, this game's over. I wanted downstairs and got an extra snack. Like,
But that was
I focused on the punter more. I focused on the punter. Rendell had a nice game. I don't know what everyone's up in arms about. I'm kidding.
Rendell. But that was the thing, that stat. You heard about that stat, right? Notre Dame, last time they scored 3 50-point wins was 1900. I thought that was just like fascinating. Like that's an insane stat when you think about it. So I was like, come on, damn it. And I just wanted it just to be, it would have looked awesome. But no, at the end of the day, it's a nice win. It's senior day. Now this team could take, I think, a nice deep breath tonight, focus, have a great Sunday off, watch some film, get ready to go. And these guys know what's ahead. You know what I mean? Like it is Road Warriors. Go put on the Mel Gibson movies from the 80s and, the Mad Max movies and just get after it, because you guys got to go to the Bronx, handle a quarterback who just runs quarterback power about 20 times a game. And then it's your arch enemy in the beautiful Coliseum.
John says, are you guys going to miss Jason Garrett? That's right. No more NBC. We're done. Oh, no. Is he not on the call for the Army game?
Yeah. Army's NBC next week.
Is he on the call, though?
I don't know, Mike.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
If I hear him, it's when I'm pausing or something.
Yeah,
right? I know. It's just,
All right, I got a little hater comment here. Weston says, Singer, quote, can Notre Dame play poorly and win in the playoffs? Not so sure. Man, what a hot take. More teams should be asking this. All right, listen, buddy. The thing about Notre Dame is the passing offense, when has it played well this year? When has it been like, oh, yeah, passing offense, it's rolling. Man, we're rolling.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, it's an efficient, dink and dunk when Riley's on. They could hit some guys here and there. They haven't played, dynamic. I mean, the best defenses they played this year, obviously, Louisville, A&M are highly ranked. Georgia Tech, top 40-ish, 50 maybe.
And here are the passing yardages in those games.
They played a lot of hundreds this year.
A&M 158, Louisville 163, Georgia Tech 203. Those are the passing yards in the game. Riley Leonard's highest pass game, or passing yards, 229 against Stanford. So it's like, I just don't understand, like,
and even
against I'm sorry, 214.
No, but that's what I'm saying. 30 passes, and you only get 200 yards passing.
Against inferior competition, if this is how the passing game looks like, and then you play really good competition, you play the third best team in the SEC, I don't know how anyone could feel good about like that.
Well,
It's going to be what you've seen, but like more like the A&M game, where the passing attack was like, whew, you know, it was not very good. It was not very.
You get to the playoffs, man, and that's what I'm saying. They're going to be 23 to 20 games, and that's okay as long as you win the damn thing, right?
Yeah. You're going to need to block your ass off. You're going to need J Love to break a tackle. You're going to need special teams plays. You're going to need the defense to help you out, because what I would do against Notre Dame's offense is exactly what the Notre Dame defense does to some of these teams they play.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, the A&M win, as great as the win that thing was 13-13 with 5 minutes to go. So it's not like Notre Dame was up by 7-10 most of the game. You know what I mean? That was a tight game till the end, and that's fine. They have that experience. That will matter when they get pushed in the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks are going to be tight games. These are definitely win games. I think today was your last, bam, let's go, smash somebody, get ready, because Army, the committee knows Army's legit because they just hammer the rock. So they'll be undefeated. They played today or have a bye. I should have looked.
Here's a question for you. The early point spread got released yesterday. What would you think it is?
14.
15.5. Good guess.
Okay. I say a good 2 touchdowns, because once again, Army's physical. Army is not Navy, who likes to run the spread, the jet sweeps, the shotgun. No, they're gonna smash you. They're gonna run hammer ball. They had played, St. Mary across from Notre Dame a lot this year. They played like really average teams. I think they're 134 Division I schools. Their strength of schedule is 138. So FCS teams have a stronger strength of schedule than them. So that gives you a little
Army.
context. Yes, gives you a little context going into this. But they're physical, they're efficient, they're really good. I think right now, if I had to, pick the score, I'll go 30. I'll go 31-14. How about 34-14? I think Notre Dame could get a good 20-point win. Ranked Army, undefeated Army. I think that's going to look good.
Okay.
Go into the Coliseum. It's SC. Win that damn thing by whatever and get your ass out of there.
All right. Well, Tim, any closing thoughts here?
Freeman is now 13-2 against the ACC. So I actually wrote that down. No, we talked about some of the crazy. Yeah, the penalties were just like the hold or the hands to the face were just killers, right? That took off some things.
9 penalties, 89 yards for Notre Dame.
No, it was
1 of 12 on third down.
Yeah, Freeman's going to go nuts. I'm just trying to think of anyone on D. Like I said, some of the seniors, like Kaiser was outstanding. Watts, we talked a lot about him. Just active, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. Just to see where this team matches up, because we've talked. We really haven't talked to you and I about the grand national scheme of who's just dominant this year. I don't know if anyone is. Oregon's good as hell. The Oregon Ohio State, I'm expecting Ohio State to handle business against the Hoosier Nation next week. But Ohio State, Oregon, that winner in the title game is going to go. They'll be the 1 seed. The 2 seed will be the SEC. The loser of that game is going to stay the 5, meaning the Big Ten game. I think Ohio State, even if they lost that and their 2 losses are the undefeated number 1 Oregon, would stay 5. Penn State, for the life of me, I don't understand the love they get, but no one's moving them out. You know what I mean, Mike? I think they're going to stay that 6-7. That's why I keep fixating on Notre Dame as the 8, because I think there's definitely going to be a second SEC team in that 6-7 range, and I think the third is going to be number 9.
Swan Dog $10 super chat says we saw today what the offense looks like when Riley's rushing is stifled. Imagine how close it would be if our defense wasn't great, got all those turnovers. I mean, but it does. I mean, that's Notre Dame though. I mean,
that's this team. Their defense is what they had that graphic today, right? They posted during the game like 9 categories where Notre Dame's in the top 10 in all these stats. The only team in the country that's in the top 10 in these ones that they listed. Awesome graphic when you guys go back and rewatch and take a look at it. It's like Notre Dame's D is good as hell. They're well coached. They swarm to the football. They cause havoc. They're constantly doing crazy stuff in the back end with their safeties to confuse people. They don't have great pass rushers off the edge now. That's a big concern of just a true 4-man pass rush, but they're always twisting, causing something, inserting a guy, and that's where they get their pressures from. So that's the strength of this Notre Dame defense or this team. And then offensively has just been, man, they come and hammer you when they can time. And if not, do what they got to do until they get that ball rolling, meaning the big plays from the running backs.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been dogging on the passing attack all show from the championship lens, but this wasn't Riley's, definitely not like his worst day. 22 of 33. I thought you don't have the Harrison touchdown, right? So because of the holding, but it wasn't. Leonard wasn't really needed to tote the rock much in this game. Like, just a weird game, real weird game for the. It was just, again, strange game for the offense. Defense was great. Special teams was weird. That was Notre Dame 2024. What we just saw.
Yeah, that was going back to that big pass to Harrison. When rewatching that, it was like Coogan was like trying to block 2 guys. That's why he had his hand so extended, because he was trying to establish leverage right away because they were doing a double A gap blitz. But Williams was in there plugging. It's like, damn, you didn't need to shoot your hands that far out, right? So that was a killer penalty. But Notre Dame did some good things. It's going to come down as, we talk about all the time, right? Look at all the teams that win championships, right? They get really good quarterback play at key times, and quarterbacks lead these teams to championships. They do. Even the Stetson Bennett would play action, hit bombs when he had to, and clutch third downs when he had to, and wide receivers winning one-on-one, coverage. So it's going to come down to that. To win a championship, I think, can Notre Dame win a championship? I just want them to win that first playoff game. So that's all.
Win the first playoff game. Get that monkey off your back.
Win the first one. Me, as a fan, man, I kind of want the 8-9, Mike, because I think that, like I said, the number 1 seed is going to be the Big Ten. The Big Ten, they've kind of announced, like, when you go to the semis, you're going to get, or the quarters, excuse me. The champs are going to go insert to those bowls. So the Big Ten will go to the Rose Bowl. The highest SEC will play in the Sugar. The Big 12 is the Fiesta. And then the ACC will go to the Orange Bowl. I think the Orange Bowl is one of them, right? Or whatever, the Peach Bowl.
Peach or something like that,
yeah. So the ACC will go to there. So can you imagine Notre Dame, Ohio State in the Rose Bowl?
That'd be sick.
On December 31st or whatever it is. Hell yeah. So that's playoff football right there, man.
Yeah.
And I think Notre Dame could definitely go beat the Buckeyes, as they showed it last year, 3 quarters, 2 years ago. They're right there. And I don't think Will Howard's, they got freak receivers, but I don't think Will Howard would torch them up, so. Yeah. Those are my visions thinking ahead, Mike, which I probably should not be thinking ahead, but damn, I want to.
It's fun. It's been a fun season. This has been, 2020 was fun in its own wacky way, but this has been a really fun one to go through. And really appreciate everyone who has been on this ride with us. And we will be back live on the Blue and Gold YouTube channel tomorrow night. I'll be 7 or 8 p.m. with Mike Goolsby. And Tim and I will be back next Tuesday. We'll talk with the new playoff rankings. We'll yell about some stuff. Maybe have some new recruiting stuff to talk about. We'll see. And and we'll do it all over again. We'll be live next Saturday after Notre Dame and Army. Oh, it's a night one, Tim. Burning the midnight oil after that one. So, Tim, great show as always.
Yeah, Army had a bye today, so
yeah.
I don't see them. Okay.
Yeah, Army had a bye. So
All right, there
Shamrock
you go.
Series, November 23rd. So there you go.
I
All
love
right,
it.
folks, please hit the thumbs up if you have not done so yet. If you're watching live, watching back, love you guys. If you are watching live with us and you just joined the past couple minutes, just rewind, go to the beginning of the show. Tim was fired up in the beginning, so you guys can enjoy that. But yeah, we're going to end the stream there. Really appreciate you guys. And as always, we will catch you next time.